Hi, Peter from Mechanics Mate. Here we're going to show you our power steering pulley remover kit and install kit. Alright, so this is our basic entry level in our enthusiast range. So what you get two different attachments. There's a small and a large, and we'll show you over there in a minute what the differences is. Alright, so we're only aware of two sizes at this stage. If you come across another size, please let us know. We're quite happy to make some more attachments to different sizes. What you'll get is you'll get your hand pump with your 10-ton cylinder. Alright, you'll get your standard piston end and 3 extensions, which can nest like that to make one long extension. And what you'll also do is you'll get a special piston end for this particular job, and you'll also get a small end for install. You will also, in every kit, we supply the 4 piston ends plus the larger piston end as well. Alright, so now what happens is, but then we add the specific for the power steering, because again this can be used for many different applications. So if we just move on over here, you'll now see what we do recommend is our semi-pro series. So what we do is we put these same fittings on the end of the hose and onto the cylinder, on the 10-ton cylinder. You can stay at that point if you like, and then if you're ready to upgrade, you can then always throw in the 5-ton cylinder, and these come in strokes from 5 to 9 inches. This one's in 3 inches stroke, and they go in 2-inch increments, so 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Alright, now the other thing is you'll need the install shaft. We recommend high tensile. Again, we have in our semi-pro series and our professional, we will also provide an install shaft with a hex on the end of it. Alright, otherwise you can just use plain all thread to make sure it's high tensile. Alright, so now let's show this in action. So again, we're just going to use our base entry with our hand pump, our 6-footer hose or 1800mm of hose, piston end, and now let's get that in there. We have an O-ring to hold it in position so it doesn't fall out. Now if you have a look, we've got 2 different power steering pumps here. Alright, this one's actually got a large end on it because our small one will not fit. Alright, where the small one comes in and fits on this one just like that. Alright, so now on the larger one, comes in here, bites on. You see how I just slip it off like that? Okay, same with this one. Now, we put the larger one on here. What's going to happen, yeah, it looks like it's okay, but as soon as you put a load on there, it's not holding on by much and it's going to rip itself straight out. Alright, so let's put this on and see how we go. Most of the time, you'll do this in a single bite. I'm not sure on this one just yet. And let's see. Okay, there's a fair bit of load on this one. A little bit more than what it's taken to get the balancer off. Alright, so now it's a little bit of a fight because you don't want this falling on the ground. So it's a matter of just playing with it to make sure that while you're pumping, you're supporting the cylinder and the pulley so it all doesn't fall off and land on your feet, otherwise you're going to get sore toes. And let alone whatever damage you're going to do. I think I'm being a little bit cautious here. I haven't done this one. Alright, so now we're a little bit run out of stroke on this. Alright, so what do we do in this instance? Alright, so now we've got a problem. The problem is that if we put a piston extension on here, we can't get this in, or can we? Using the right one? No, I'm not. There you go. Doesn't matter how hard you try, it's not going to go on. Alright, let's go. There we go. Alright, we can feel that. Oh, look at that. We missed by a very, very little amount. All right, so there you go. Now that's got that off. Slip that off there. Okay, take all the piston ends out. So there you go, it works quite nicely. Like I said, I haven't done it with this. Normally I use the 5-ton cylinder and we just get it off in a single shot. That piston end will work in the 5-ton cylinder as well. Alright, so now to install it back in, here's this little piston end. It's got a hole big enough for the oil thread in there to slide through. What it does is it gives us a nice little bearing area on there. So we'll put that in. Can't remember if this shaft is long enough, but the problem we have now is, if you have a look at this, the washer is bridging over that hole a little bit too far. Alright, so it's an issue. This is where our install shaft fits in quite nicely. Alright, we drive it in with a bit driver. This has been designed so that you can use 2 of those ends to get your oil thread in here. Now I can't remember whether we've got enough thread, and it looks like we have just enough. So we'll take that nut off so it dries it on that little bit easier. Again, you want to supply your own oil thread, just cut it to the length whatever you need. If you've got an issue with space in the vehicle, then obviously you cut it as short as possible. If you're not doing it in the vehicle and you've got plenty of space, then cut it as long as you like. Or you can always go and buy our installation shaft as well. Alright, let's give it a shot. Now you saw it took 2 bites to get this off, and it was only just. Same thing to put it on again. We're going to need a second bite. So we always take up all the slack when we put it on the nut. Alright, we'll zoom that in. Now, you've got to be very, very careful with these. Let's use a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. We didn't have quite enough thread on here. Alright, now we take up all the slack. So what it does is it's 2 things. Less pumping required if you don't have to. There you go, you can hear it. Alright, less pumping required, and also you're using all the stroke of your cylinder. Now, don't ever put too much pressure on this installing. You got 10 ton, that thread's not going to hold more than about 4 or 5 ton. Alright, so you go too far, you're going to break it, and you're going to break it inside your power steering pump. Now we've been lazy, we left the nut on there. We could take it off, take the cylinder off, and it would come out a little bit quicker and easier. Again, it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. Alright, so there you go. We can show you with a semi-pro if you like. Let's give it a quick shot. So, grab our cylinder. Alright. Alright, extend it out. Get the piston end in. Again, multi-fit. They work in one, they work in the other. Zoom that back out. Pick our right attachment. Click on. What I recommend you do in this scenario, turn this upside down so that it doesn't want to fall off. Alright, so its own weight will hold it in and will stop it from popping open. Always close it up, that way we've got bearing area all the way around. You can feel the difference when using the 5-ton cylinder. It does require a little bit more effort to push on the pump, but still pretty easy. There you go. Alright, the install is exactly the same as what we had before. We'll show you with the other pump. So all you do is locate it on there. You don't have to worry about being too fussy about it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take that end out. And now we're going to use our install shaft specifically for this job. Zoom the nut all the way to the back of the thread. There we go. Alright, don't force it in too hard because it may get stuck in there. As you can see, the install shafts make a difference. They just speed up the process of getting the shaft in and out. That's it, she's done. Now, you put the pump down. The hose is long enough on these to whack on the ground. And there you go, now she's done. If you have a look at here, it's on nice and flush. You know it's in the right position. Alright, that's thank you for watching. That's Peter from Mechanics Mate, and this is our power steering pulley remover and installer kit. Again, entry level, you can do everything we've done just now, or you can always upgrade to our semi-pro series, or you can go professional series, whatever suits your budget and your needs. That's Peter from Mechanics Mate. Thank you.